Menteri BDP ya kepala tengkah Joko Sorkar Pedeng kan Nirmala Sitharaman ha kesengi thoding kala Plie pajba ya ke karkhana ka behe tam ha thaiñ shatei lamihngi jong keri India ha Lumdaitkhla Ri Bhoi district kani kanlong mau mer bakong san bah ha kaliang karep karyang klem dawai bat kador kamur jong kemarem kani ka karkhana ka balatei kat kum kikor ke bor bathamai ka balaseng da ka Eastern Ri Bhoi Organic Farmer Producer Company lalaban penmi adu 10,000 metric ton kimar manla kasnem badal kmi lenti bahkan aijing menjai bet yakumba 1,000 sans pangut ke nongrep ha kathañ Eastern Ri Bhoi district kani ke jaka traikam ka babun jaj kikam kadon ya kikor ke bor ban penkre yu senrai using usomret bat kiwi pat ke jaj so ha kani ke jengelang Plie pajba lai don langru da menteri rangba Kajala kurat sangma Menteri Rangba Kesikim Uprem Singh Tamang Usembut Menteri Rangba Kajala ba Presiden Tensong ki Menteri Sorkar ki bakentup yo ba medba langdo ba sosuna sotun bat utimati di Shira nang jauh Emily kathañ ba daman ba lamari bat kumjuru Emily kumsning Dr. Celestin Langdo
Kentai bersenang biadon hakani kapor Panya sakilang ia kaneka program kaba kerpang kaneka weiru kaba donkam kaba ngiri bat kaba hedu ka processing unit hamne hapo kathañ hapo kadong bataka jaka ka jompi hakaba I minister badon burom I badai pekru ia kapla pisa jong kari India borokoi iwan dalade ban Plie ia kaneka processing unit kabat don kam hadu kata-kata na kabenta karep karyang jongpi. Baka capacity jong kanika processing unit kalong hadu 10,000 metric ton haka shisnen la ya kaban proses ya ijingtung ki jongpi une using uba barok-barok na kalyang jong kathañ Ri Bhoi niya imja na kermen skem bamenta omdeshu da raw material lani mdesu banginde sabar nalu tenrei ngin proses ngin penbit ngin penbiang bat ngakermen skem baka market lani ka yo kanlong arsha laisha bania kabangide ya une umarret ki ujongi klem da proses lani klem da wanra ya kata kabangi ong ka finish produk ti kumta ki lok be ki kun samla ki long kmi ki long pa ki farmers group ki SSG baro iwan lang ha kan ka por ban ai men sim ni pi ban ngit khemru ba nakaliang jompi pin ai ya ka jing ya trelang bat ka sorkar ngin ya partnership bat pi nang ni sekmat na ka benta ka bit ka biang ka kamai ka ji jong ki pai ba nong rep paro tengam ko asu ban burtin.
And the reason why she does it in the little time that I have come to know her is because she believes in the small things that make a difference in people's lives. While as the finance minister of the country, the big decisions are very critical. But the human side of her realizes the importance of these small things that make that little difference in our farmers and in our people's lives, which for us looks very small. But for every farmer, it is a game-changing development that has taken place. And to be able to recognize that is the quality that I have noticed in our finance minister. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our respected finance minister for all the efforts that she makes to ensure that every citizen's life is touched and is improved, and positive changes come out of them. Endeavor of our government to precisely make those small changes in our farmers' lives. For us, one of the most important driving factors, and for me, maybe one of the most important objectives, is to be able to make a positive difference in a person's life. And I always tell even a large gathering that for me, when I can make a person smile and I can impact their lives, which would lead to them smiling, I think that is the greatest satisfaction that I can get. And for me, that is maybe one of the most important motivational factors also. To be able to see a smile on my citizens' faces. Today, 11 such units are functional throughout the state. On an average, each unit supports on an average 5,000 farmers. That means about 55,000 lives and families have been impacted by these small steps that we have taken. And I was just telling Madam before I came here to speak that we did not invent what is happening out here. The people have been doing this for ages, for years if not decades. And they have invented the wheel. We are only trying to ensure that we take it one notch up. So therefore, these systems were existing. People were already doing what they were or what they are doing right now. We just simply made it better. We selected the correct groups. We went into their backgrounds of seeing the kind of passion and commitment that they have. Because for us, maybe that is one of the most important qualities we look for in any human being or any group, is are they passionate enough? And we are very clear about that because it is the passion that will get them through the difficult phases. And these groups have proven their passion beyond any doubt. And therefore these selected groups were picked up. Government came in. We started supporting them financially. We brought in experts. We started giving them better training, better facilities, and better market accessibility. And while we say that, I'm not saying that we are done. We have got a long way to go. But I can get a sense that we are in the right direction. I remember speaking to our Honorable Finance Minister last year when she had visited Meghalaya. And I very clearly remember her directions that we must try to create the logistics hubs so that the export of products can take place. And that still remains a challenge for us, and that is where the market accessibility issue comes in. And I remember very, very clearly that she mentioned that we must also focus on value addition and look at what the market demands, increase the shelf life, create different products. And it is based on that vision that today we continue to implement that thought process and make that change and difference that we would like to see in our people's lives. On a larger scale, the Chief Ministers of Northeast today are working very closely, I should say like never before, And as Honorable Prime Minister always keeps saying, यही सही समय है, यही समय है, सही समय है. Which means this is a time and this is the correct time. And I strongly believe that because of the political dispensation that is there at the center as well as in the northeastern states, there cannot be a better time than what we have today to make that difference in the northeastern states. The momentum is there, the political stability is there, the capacity for the northeastern states has increased to absorb, and that is clear from all the different programs that are being implemented, including externally aided projects. And the country as a whole, with the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, is moving in the right direction, and Honorable Prime Minister is ensuring that he has an overall arching hand over the northeastern states to ensure that while the country moves, the northeast is not left behind. So while we look at all of these aspects, this is the moment for the region, and I'm very sure that with the continuous support from Honorable Prime Minister and from the Honorable Finance Minister, that the Northeast also will work hand in hand with the rest of the country.
Terrorist welcome. The Kasi people have always fascinated me, and there is a beautiful expression which I would want to recall here with my limited familiarity with the language, and therefore pardon me for the pronunciation if anything is wrong. Thaiñ sukim pengen im Plie para bindriyu. I don't know if it makes sense to you. A good life is one lived in peace. This is what I understand of that expression. A good life is one lived in peace, contentment and harmony with fellow human beings. So now are you able to recall the line in Kasi? Thaiñ sukim pengen im Plie para bindriyu. Am I okay? A fashionable global agenda. The people of Meghalaya were already practicing many of its principles through their way of life. That's the expression, and therefore you see that sustainable way of living has been part of the Meghalaya people's life. You remind us that Mai Ramu, Mother Earth, is indeed to be honored. Indeed, the sacred groves of Meghalaya, the Law Kimtang, preserved across centuries of reverence, stand as the most shining example of the community-led ecological conservation anywhere on the earth. As Kasi wisdom reminds us, Husiar la kha le bindriyu, lo wan kha leit khila hedian habu. I'll give you the meaning so you probably know what I'm trying to say. Our actions eventually return to us through their consequences. You're able to get the original Kasi line? Husiar la kha le bindriyu, lo wan kha leit khila hedian habu. So our actions eventually return to us through their consequences. The golden words in the Kasi language. This is especially true in agriculture, where the choices we make today about soil, about water, and about the inputs determine the resilience and productivity of tomorrow. The future of agriculture increasingly belongs to those who produce not merely more, but better, cleaner, safer, more traceable and more sustainable products. In this emerging premium economy, Meghalaya enjoys a natural advantage and that many regions of the world are still trying to create. This is the Virasat of Bharat. The facility we inaugurated today is the culmination of nearly a decade of institutional building by the Eastern Ri Bhoi Organic Farmer Producer Company, established in 2017 and now comprising of 500 organic farmers from 9 villages. What you actually achieved in these years is of remarkable milestone, which many units all over the country, I would strongly recommend, emulate, come and see and also learn from you. Supported through the Government of India's mission, which is a mission which I heard abbreviations of, Mission Organic Value Chain Development, MOVCD, for Northeastern region. Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture, MIDH, state government, and with the Integrated International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, support, the FPO has grown into a successful model of farmer collectivization and value chain development. With an investment of approximately 32 crores, this first organically certified spice processing facility in the Northeast is designed to process approximately 10,000 metric tons of high-value organic spices annually, including ginger, turmeric, black pepper, and chili. So it has a cold storage, it has a dry storage, wet storage, washing area, drying and pulverizing facility. It is expected to benefit approximately 5,500 organic farmers, about which the Honorable CM clearly mentioned that it has reached to these many number of organic farmers, and therefore the entire families benefit through better value addition directly, reduced post-harvest losses, and also stronger market linkages. It is fitting that this facility is located in Ri Bhoi, which is an aspirational district that has demonstrated significant progress through focused interventions in health, education, agriculture, livelihoods, and basic infrastructure. The Honorable Prime Minister himself personally monitors the progress which are being made by aspirational districts, and many of them in many parts of the country are coming out of being an aspirational district because they have now reached growth parameters which are probably at the state's average level. Earlier, when they were below the state's average level, they were identified as aspirational district and focus was given for them to develop. Now, many of them have come out, and I'm sure it won't be too long before Ri Bhoi comes out of that aspirational category and enters into a pioneering benchmark setting district. Because what you've done here and what I've seen here, with some kind of a similar experience of setting up such value addition agricultural units in North Karnataka, I can see what you've achieved here is of a great standard and also of such quality in your processes. You're really setting the standards for the entire country, and therefore I wish the Ri Bhoi, Eastern Ri Bhoi Farmer Producer Organization for this fantastic achievement. I commend the entire leadership of Meghalaya under the dynamic leadership of the Chief Minister here, Shri Conrad Sangma, and the entire team of farmers who are working in this unit. I'm personally commending you because similar units which we've set up in Karnataka. Only last week I have visited some of the units, not for ginger, not for any of these products, but for those local dryland area farming products. I would think there's so much of learning for those units which are in North Karnataka, which I personally monitor, for them to learn from the quality that you set up here. Very well done, Meghalaya. The unit is handling. There are two varieties, Nadia and Varada variety, is earning recognition for low fiber content, plumpy rhizomes, and excellent dry matter recovery. The global ginger market is projected to approach $7 billion by the year 2030. The highest growth segment within this market is certified organic ginger sourced from traceable high integrity origin. Meghalaya is precisely that origin, and Meghalaya's ginger meets the traceability test, and therefore here you're dealing with two almost premier products which has global standards. For decades, many regions exported raw produce and imported prosperity. The objective today is fundamentally different. We must export finished products, trusted brands, and world-class quality while retaining value, jobs, and livelihoods within the region. And that's what you're achieving here today. The gap between what a farmer receives for a raw ginger and what a consumer pays for certified organic ginger extracts also could be the distance between subsistence and prosperity. Processing, branding, packaging, certification, and market access are all the tools that close this distance between subsistence farming farmer and prosperity earning farmer. So this distance is being bridged by this set of qualities which are technology infused and quality being certified. And all this is being achieved in this place in Ri Bhoi, within reach of the farmers who grow the produce. In many ways, this facility is the next chapter in a journey that the Eastern Ri Bhoi Organic FPC began nearly a decade ago.